The time is 8 o'clock. Here is the news at 8. First, the top headlines. Ijemo chiefs protests non-consultation on Ibarra GRA renewal project, but not opposed to it. Federal government says new curriculum for basic schools will come into effect in 2025. More than 200 communities submerged by floods in Kogi State. 9 killed in ghastly auto crash in Ibadan. In foreign, China punishes Taiwan president remarks with new military drills. 8 dead as violent storms sweep Brazil after worst drought. Good evening, I am Mudukbe Akinyasoye, bringing you the news in detail shortly. Now the news and details. The Ijemo Council of Chiefs, Ijemo Abeokuta, said they were not carried along by the state government over the upgrading of the Ibarra Government Reservation Area (GRA) in Abeokuta under its urban renewal program. The chiefs, under the auspices of the Registered Trustees of Ijemo Chiefs Foundation, however, said they are not opposing the Ibarra GRA renewal project. They faulted former Governor Olusegun Oshoba for criticizing those who protested against the urban renewal project. Oshoba, the commissioning of the electronic gate to the Hilltop Presidential Estate, Ibarra GRA, last August, had asked those protesting against the urban renewal project to learn from the mistakes which the Egbas made in the past. According to Oshoba, a similar protest following the division among the Egbas led to the relocation of the University of Ibadan from Abeokuta to Ibadan. The council, in a statement jointly signed by the Lemo of Ijemo, Barrister Oyewole Oyero, and Apino of Ijemo, Chief Salami Ajishafe, said it was natural for the Ijemos, as the ancestral owners of the land, to protest. The council said the land on which Ibarra GRA was located was part of the land for which their forefathers were massacred by the British colonial masters in 1914. The Secretary to the Ogun State Government, Tokunbo Talabi, has dissociated himself from the arrest of the APC youth leader, Babatunde Aremu, who is a member of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW. Aremu was picked by security operatives at Ijebu-Ode on Sunday for allegedly plotting a violent protest on Monday over the crisis in the state NURTW. Talabi asked security agencies involved to ensure transparency in their investigations and provide clear explanation for the circumstances surrounding his arrest. Aremu and some others had been suspended by the leadership of the state NURTW. Federal government has announced the takeoff of the new curriculum for private and public basic schools in January 2025. Also, the updated curriculum for secondary schools will be ready by September 2025. Education Minister Professor Maman Tahir, announcing the proposed curriculum at a news conference in Abuja on Monday, said plans are underway to train teachers adequately on the new curriculum. He explained that there are 15 new subjects on trade and skills in the proposed curriculum. According to the minister, pupils in basic schools would be required to acquire at least 2 skills. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NPCL, has revealed that at a particular period, all the diesel used in Nigeria was produced locally. It said the diesel was produced by illegal refineries in the creeks on the Niger Delta region. NPCL Group Managing Director Milikiari, whom is known on a television program, said there were over 20,000 crude oil pits involved in crude oil theft in the region. Kiari said 8,654 illegal refineries in operation when the clampdown started on their operation in 2022 had been deactivated. He added that 5,913 out of 6,610 illegal refineries connected to crude oil pipelines have been dismantled. Floods have ravaged 200 communities in Kogi State. An estimated 2 million people were displaced by the massive floods which submerged their communities. The State Information Commissioner, Kingsley Fonwo, whom it is known to newsmen, said the state government was already overwhelmed by the damages caused by the floods. He said that 68 camps for internally displaced persons have been opened in 9 local government areas to accommodate those displaced by the floods. Paul, however, asked the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA to come to the aid of the state government to cope with the challenges of the floods. 9% died and 5 others injured in a ghastly auto crash in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. The multiple accident occurred on Monday at Ukweleshe axis of Amuloko. The accident was caused by a trailer which developed brake failure while descending the slope in the area. In the process, the driver of the trailer lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a tricycle. A lorry behind the trailer, while attempting to avoid hitting the trailer, also hit another tricycle. 2 other cars were damaged in the accident. Also in Lagos State, a petrol tanker collided with 2 commercial buses and a car. The tanker collided with a 3 vehicle after developing brake failure at Second Rainbow axis of the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway on Monday. You are listening to the news at 8 on Rock City 101.9 FM. Still to come, foreign, business, and sport news. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, China on Monday launched new military drills off the coast of Taiwan in what it described as punishment for a speech given by its president when he vowed to resist annexation or encroachment upon its sovereignty. China claims the self-governing island of Taiwan as its own, and its president Xi Jinping has vowed to retake it by force if necessary. Taiwan said it detected 34 naval vessels and 125 aircraft and information around the island on Monday. Maps published by Chinese state media indicated its forces were positioned around the whole island. It said later Monday that the drills had been successfully concluded. The Chinese military, known as the People's Liberation Army (PLA), said the drills involved all wings of the army and were designed to simulate attacking Taiwan by land, sea, and air. At least 8 people have died and thousands are stranded without power after violent storms swept across Brazil's central and southeastern parts of the country, which has been hit by winds of up to 100 km per hour and daily rainfall reaching up to 10 centimeters, according to the National Institute of Meteorology. 7 people are known to have died in Sao Paulo, Brazil's most populated state, mainly due to falling trees and infrastructure from the strong winds and heavy rainfall. Residents in the southeastern state described the unexpected downpour as brief but really intense. In business news, the National Assembly is considering a bill seeking to increase the value-added tax VAT from 7.5% to 12.5% between now and 2026. The rate will increase to 10% in 2025, 12.5% between 2026 and 2029. Chairman of the Presidential Tax Reform and Fiscal Policy Reform, Taiwo Oyedele, gave an insight to the bill at a forum in Abuja. The bill, however, cut corporate income tax from 30% to 27.5% and further to 20% in 2026. Companies with less than 20 million naira turnover yearly are to be exempted from paying the corporate income tax. Finally, in the news at 8, sport news. Nigeria will boycott their 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier in Libya on Tuesday after the players were left stranded at an airport overnight. The Super Eagles squad were due to land in Benghazi on Sunday, but their plane was instead diverted to Al Abrak, which is about 230 kilometers, which is 143 miles away from their intended destination. The Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) official told BBC Sport Africa the traveling contingent were completely abandoned and then locked inside the airport building after making arrangements to leave. Captain William Troost Ekong said the squad had decided to play the game and called on his country's government to intervene and rescue them. Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Owen Eno, said the main concern was the safe return of the team. The Libyan Football Federation (LFF) said it was deeply concerned by reports about the situation experienced by the traveling side but denied suggestions of foul play. The Confederation of African Football (CAF) has been in contact with representatives from Libya and Nigeria after the Super Eagles were stranded in disturbing conditions. A CAF statement added that the matter has been referred to its disciplinary board for investigation and action will be taken if its statuses and regulations have been violated. Nigeria won 1-0 when the two sides met in Uyo on Friday and topped Group D on 7 points, with Libya bottom of the table on 1 point and on the brink of elimination. That was the news at 8, and just before we go, the top headlines once again. A reporter that Ijemo Chiefs protested non-consultation on Ibarra GRA renewal project, but not opposing the project. Federal government said new curriculum for basic schools would come into effect in 2025. We told you that more than 200 communities submerged in floods in Kogi State. 9 killed in ghastly auto crash in Ibadan. In foreign, we also reported that China punished Taiwan president remarks with new military drills, and also 8 dead as a violent storm swept Brazil after worst drought. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website www.rockcityfmradio.com. Thank you so much for listening. I am Dupe Akinsoye. Good evening.